Hi, guys. Welcome back to another episode of the Blondest Podcast. We missed you guys so much. It has been a long month. So many things happened. I've been literally everywhere, but I'm so excited to be back with my besties and, share with you guys everything we've been doing.
We haven't been in the studio in like 6 weeks.
Yeah.
Something like that. Feels like it's been forever.
It's been forever.
But we have a lot to update you on.
So many things. So today's episode is going to be all about our trip in Italy. And boy, do we have stories and all of the things for you guys. So we're going to take you along with us.
Yeah, that was like, we needed to get this off of our mind into the podcast. It's kind of like you guys get to live it with us, but it's also like a time capsule for us too.
Yeah, it feels like it's been forever since we went, but it really hasn't.
No, I mean, you've done so much since you left. And then I got back and my work life turned to hell. Like the second I literally got off the plane and my mom was like, okay, I have bad news because like my old boss, which used to be her employee, called her and told her like all the drama that happened at my job. Basically like my boss got fired and I had to take over and like all this stuff. But I literally got off the plane and she was like, yeah, so you're going to have to start working like twice as much and blah, blah, blah. I was like, okay, thanks for giving me like 5 minutes when I got off the plane. But so we've both been extremely busy. Savannah's literally got back, traveled again. So, but we're going to relive Italy today.
Yeah, we are. And I just downed like an energy drink and I'm drinking iced coffee, which I don't know why I thought would be a good idea. So if I talk really fast today, that's why.
Just put it in 0.5 speed. That's what you're going to need because I looked at Savannah and I was like, I would be having a panic attack if I had a large energy drink and a medium iced, a cold brew nonetheless, which did you know is stronger in caffeine?
Really? It tastes so bad. So he got like a latte and I got cold brew and his is so much better.
I don't like cold brew.
I always like try to convince myself I like cold brew, but then I drink it and I'm like, you don't like this. But I like gaslight myself into like thinking it's good.
She told you it was good. So
I always believe people. And I did this the entire time in Italy. My biggest downfall is anytime I go somewhere, I'm like always ask the employees, I'm like, what's your favorite? And I'm like, I forget that people have trash taste sometimes.
No, literally, yeah. Anytime we would be
and I'm like, okay. And I'll like name something on the menu I was not even considering. And then I get it out of like respect because I feel bad. Like you can't be like, what's your favorite? And then you tell them and you're like, okay, slay, I'm going to get something completely different. Like if you ask, you have to get it.
No, I never do.
I always do.
I don't know if you noticed, but I do that every time. And then they recommend with something with fish on it or something with like something. And I'm like, okay, I'm going to do the pepperoni pizza. Like, I tried, but it didn't work out. So let's start with our travel there.
Yeah. I was having kind of some anxiety, like, on the way there just because I knew I was going to be leaving Cyrus for so long. So, like, I feel like I was just, like, not in the best mindset, like, the travel day because I just felt very, like, anxious because I was anticipating, like, just being gone for so long. But once I got there, like, any moms there that have never taken a trip or are thinking about maybe taking a trip, like, away from your kid, like, it's definitely hard. But the good part about it was we were so busy on that trip. Like if I was like in Mexico and I was like laying on the beach and like had a lot of downtime, I think it would have been harder because I would have had more time to like think and like miss Cyrus. But with a trip like Italy, like it's just go, 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 like every single second, like we had something to do. And so I think that made it a lot easier. I definitely was like ready to go home. Like the last 2 days of our trip, I was like, okay, like I'm ready. If I didn't have a son, I feel like I could have maybe done like a couple more days, but I missed the cats. I missed my bed. And honestly, like I think the hardest part about Italy is that you're not in one place. Like you're constantly moving. And I'm just such a creature of habit that like I feel like every place we went, like I would feel settled the day we left. I'm like, I finally feel like I know where all my stuff is here. Like I feel like I understand like where our area's at. Like I just felt comfortable. And then we're like, hey, pack everything up on to the next place. So I've never done a trip like that where I've stayed multiple places. Usually when I go on trips, like we're at the same hotel or resort like the entire time we're there. So this was definitely like my first time like kind of moving to different locations. So I think that was like a little bit difficult for me. But I mean, other than that, I mean, it was beautiful.
Yeah, no, would you be able, but now that you've done it, you don't hate it.
No.
It's not preferred.
No, I think it's good because you get to see a lot.
The problem with Savannah, though, is she loves nothing more than to get somewhere and completely empty her luggages.
I move in.
Yeah, she moves in. And so, like, not being able to do that because Lance and I are not repacking her 7 suitcases she brought.
It's not 7, let's be real.
You guys had 6.
Okay, but
between
I'm
you
talking
two,
about me.
and I think Lance had half of a suitcase.
Okay, fair.
So yeah, it's because we were in like one place for 5 days, then Florence for like 3 nights, and then so like she can't unpack when you're there that short.
Yeah, I like to see everything I brought because then I forget like what necklace I wanted to wear with a certain outfit. Like I like to see everything.
Yeah, so that was probably the hardest part for you.
Yeah, for sure.
Let's start with travel day. So Savannah got recognized at the airport, which was really cool. Actually, Savannah got recognized every place we went, which was kind of like...
It was so weird. I did not think anyone would know who I was. Like, especially like Lake Como, I didn't expect it. I didn't expect it like on the streets of Florence and at Positano. It was just weird.
No, it was... Because it's like when we're in Dallas, like it makes more sense. Yeah, but like when
I don't
we're
have a million followers. It's weird.
But like when we're in Dallas, it makes sense, you know, because like people who like spa treatments or stuff, like even if it's not another esthetician, like if they're looking at Dallas estheticians, like you're probably going to come up first. So like it makes sense that someone would see you here and like, you know, but like when we're in the streets in Florence and someone is like, Savannah? It's like, who they're not talking to me. Like surely it's some other Savannah. But so yeah, airport that happened and we were looking pretty rough, not gonna lie.
Yeah, we were not looking our best. That's okay.
And
we were about to be on a long ass flight.
Yeah, so we went to the first funny story is we went to the Delta Sky Lounge.
Yeah.
Because we had like 3 hours.
Yeah, but it felt like 30 minutes.
Yeah, no, it did not feel like enough time. But we went there and Savannah we wanted to do our nighttime routine before we got onto the plane because it was an overnight flight.
Yeah. And I was not about to wear tinted sunscreen to sleep.
No. And we did not want to. I mean, if you have like a lounge bathroom with like a shower and everything, why would you wash your face on the airplane bathroom?
Hell no.
Absolutely not.
It's too small in there. It's gross. And then with the like faucet, you have to like hold it. Doesn't like go long. And it's like very shallow. And it's like, would be like trying to splash. So we like went in and I was like, we're just gonna like film our skincare routine. And she was like, no, only one person in each bathroom. And I was like, okay. And I was like, what if we keep the door open? She's like, yeah, that's fine. I was like, we're not doing anything. And I was like, is it because people have sex? She was like, yeah. Because people do have sex, I'm sure, in the hotel or the Sky Lounge in the airport.
Yeah, the lounge because it's like a night. It was nice.
Yeah,
it was
you can take a
really
shower,
nice bathroom.
wash your face, take a little private poop. It was really great.
Yeah, but it was so awkward because we were trying to convince her like that's not what's going on. Like we're really like she's just trying to post some skincare videos.
Yeah, we're friends.
So then we have like the door open the entire time and literally. There are people walking past constantly, just like, what are they doing in there?
And I'm loud. And I'm like,
Savannah
next step, we're going to be putting on interfused lines.
And she has like the giant, like, ring light, but it's not a ring. What is it called?
I don't know.
It's a square. But yeah, just a giant light. And we're sitting in there. And then we walked out and we were like, thank you so much. Just influencer things.
Yeah, I'm sure they see all that kind of stuff so many times now with influencing being like so popular. I think that's like the only good thing about influencing in social media becoming more like common that like you feel less like even like people that aren't influencers are using like the phone like light that we use, you know, just because it's good for photos. So I feel like it just makes things like less awkward, you know?
And they had quote unquote spa water there. But it was not as good as Savannah's.
Yeah, my SBA water slay. Always. But the flight was good. I literally clocked out. And I woke up because I smelled food. And the guy was like, go back to sleep. It's not worth it.
Yeah, no, the flight attendant literally was like, she was like, and he was like, no, don't worry about it. It's not worth it. Go back to sleep. Savannah literally like slept the whole entire time. Like everyone else was awake and Savannah was full on clocked out. And then she like peeked her head up and like this guy that was sitting next to me who we'd like kind of become acquainted with, he was an older gentleman and he was like, oh my gosh, I haven't seen her the entire flight because you like peeked up like 20 minutes before we landed.
My little eye mask and my hair is all a mess and I'm like
yeah, because we were like I don't know, but
we were trying to get, so the situation was when we booked the flights, we changed our trip. So we had to change our seats. And so we weren't all 3 in a row, which made me sad because I like emotional support and I like my people next to me. So it was me, Tyler, and then another person, and then Lance.
In a row.
In a row, like back to back.
Like rows 1, 2, and then Lance was 4.
Yeah. And we were like, oh, we'll just ask like that person to move. But her husband was like on the other side. So we were like, we're not going to ask because that's mean. But they made besties with them. And they were like really confused about our friendship dynamic. They're like, which one's your husband?
As everyone does get confused.
Everyone thinks we're a throuple. It's fine. But I was like, that's my husband. That's my best friend. And they're like really like old. So they were probably very confused. They were just like, oh.
It's okay though.
Yeah, let them think.
Every person, like every older couple that we like intermingled with or like talked with, we're not a throuple. They found it like the funniest thing ever.
They're like laughed so hard. We're like, we're not a throuple.
And then we talked to one lady.
They're like, what's a throuple?
No, but remember when we were in Positano, skipping ahead a little bit, but I don't think we have this written down. She was like, we were like, we're not a throuple, we swear. And she was like, I'm open to that. My coworker is a throuple.
Yeah.
Do you remember that? And I was like, okay, like 50-year-old Soleil, she's open to throuples.
That's so funny. She was like, you do you, live your best life if you are. We're like, but we're not.
Yeah,
they thought, a lot of people thought you were my brother. A lot of people thought you were my brother.
That was what they originally thought. The same couple.
Like, that's so cool. It's like
you brought your brother.
And your brother. And I was like, that's not my little bro.
It's a compliment for me.
You know. But then we got off the airport.
That's a compliment for me. I know. That's the funniest thing.
It's flattering to look like me.
Okay, yeah. I take it back. It's not a compliment.
It's flattering that I look like you too.
Okay, I know.
You're beautiful.
I know.
You do know. So we get off the airplane. We landed a little late and I was stressing because I had a massage booked and I like wanted my massage.
Because we were getting in earlier than our hotel check-in time. So Savannah, because the spa at the Lake Como Hotel was supposed to be like amazing, like top notch. And like, so Savannah was like, after this long ass flight, like this is the longest flight she's ever been on in her life. She was like, we can't get to our room, so I just want to get a massage.
Yeah, because what else are you supposed to do? I mean, you could walk around, but you have all your it's just, I was whatever. I was like, I'm going to get a massage. And Tyler wouldn't come get a massage because he says he doesn't like being touched.
Yeah, I don't like massages.
Yeah, but then we convinced him towards the end of the trip to get a massage. And listen, guys, okay, so I paid like $400 for me and then $400 for Lance. So $800 for a massage at Lake Como. And it was good. It was a really good massage. It was like an experience. It was great. Like we got like a private sauna. We got like bathtub, cookies, tea. Okay, no. We go to Positano. They come to your room for $100. And it was so much better than that.
On the balcony, like with
Literally.
all the birds chirping and
so
like,
good.
Yeah, it was. And honestly, like the reason I was down for it then is because our bodies were hurting. Like that was like so far into the trip where we had been walking like 10 miles a day. Like when I got off the plane, I was like, I don't need a fucking massage. I just slept for 12 hours. Like I'm already relaxed. But after, like once we got to Positano, I was like, okay, I could do a massage.
Yeah.
Like I'll look past how much I hate people touching me because
it was good, wasn't
I'm hurting. It was pretty good.
It was the best massage I've ever had. I had this Italian man and he did so good. He rubbed my butt. And that's the thing about America is like they're so scared about like sexual assault allegations and stuff that like
that's fair.
The best massages you get are different countries because they're like, we'll rub your butt, like we'll rub your stomach,
I did not like them rubbing my stomach.
Really?
I really didn't like it. Because there's no some people got muscle there, but I do not have muscle in my stomach. So it's just like rubbing my organs around. I'm like, I'm not enjoying this.
It makes me feel so
now.
skinny after because I feel like they like sculpt your tummy,
No.
But anyways, the point of my story was the experience more luxurious at the hotel in Lake Como? Yes. But the massage itself, homeboy in Positano, takes the cake. Like amazing, iconic, wonderful, show-stopping.
I have him saved on WhatsApp, so
he's great.
Yeah.
For $100 for an hour massage, like I'll take it. But yeah, so Lance and I went and got a massage. Tyler hung out for like 2.5 hours in the hotel lobby.
I was just FaceTiming people. I was chilling.
Yeah, he was chilling.
I watched Grey's Anatomy a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
I was having a good time. It's great. A beautiful lobby. Great view. Can't complain.
Yeah, it was really good.
It's what I wanted to be doing. I mean, I was kind of there hoping that the room would be ready, but then it really didn't get ready. So
yeah,
it like worked out perfectly.
Yeah, it was good. And then what did we do that night? We took a little impromptu hour boat tour because the guys, like someone no-showed the boat guys. So we were like, okay, we'll hop on. And we did a little boat tour with them. And then we just had a casual dinner at the hotel, went to bed. And then the next day,
we did our full day boat tour.
That was the next day?
Mm-hmm.
And that was beautiful. Oh my God. I would say Lake Como it's stunning. We saw George Clooney's like villa, and we actually saw George Clooney's kids that were playing with their nanny, like right at the bottom.
Like in the backyard.
And we were like, oh my God.
Yeah, no, because we were like, oh, he was like, this is George Clooney's villa. He was like, he spends like, what did they say? Like April or May through September, like August.
He was there for like 4 or 5 months a year.
And so we were like, oh, so he's there right now. And he was like, yeah. And then there were 2 kids there. And I was like, we were like, are those his kids? And he was like, yeah.
We were cool.
Like, wow. And it was fun. It was like full circle because, I'm sure you guys saw the picture on her Instagram, but she met George Clooney like in March at the
Oscars party.
Yeah. So it's like, hey, George, we're friends.
I'd be like, hey, remember me?
Can I come over?
Can I stay in your villa?
Yeah.
But no, it was stunning. I mean, it was just such a pretty boat day. It got really choppy towards the end and started storming, which was a little scary.
Oh, yeah. No, that was really bad.
Yeah, Lance was getting a little seasick. But I mean, it was beautiful. We didn't get in the water at the boat day because we were all like dressed nice. We got off and walked Bellagio, which was super pretty. I got some really pretty like plates that were hand painted. And I brought them back for gifts for like my team and my sister-in-law because she just bought a home. So I thought it'd be super pretty in her house. And then I got one for like my future home. It was just so beautiful. What else did we get?
I got some
ties.
I got some silk ties.
They were so cheap, you guys. 100% silk for literally $35.
Yeah, no, it was insane. I was like, I see why people go to Europe to shop now.
Yeah.
Like for everything. Like everything is so much better there. So yeah, we got some ties. What else did you get?
I think that's it.
And then we started Savannah's love for getting gelato.
Yeah.
In Bellagio.
It was so good.
In Bellagio.
Pistachio is the best.
Yeah.
I was a pistachio girly all the trip. Once you go pistachio, you can't go back. Like nothing else is as good as pistachio.
I was on the lemon.
Sorbet is not gelato.
It's not gelato, but like it's so fresh.
Arguably, you guys did not eat gelato the entire time we were there. You guys ate fucking sorbet.
Let's be real. Once.
Okay. I was the only one that was eating gelato, but
because it was so not in Lake Como, but it was so hot and sweaty. I don't know why, but sorbet just like feels more refreshing.
I feel that.
Than gelato.
I just drink water, but you wouldn't know anything about that.
Okay,
Mr.
moving
Gatorade
on.
P.
That is not true, and you know that's not true.
No, me and Lance were our running joke the whole trip was that Tyler could survive off of 1 drop of water and no food for like months.
I could survive, yes, but I do drink water. I just do it when no one's looking.
Yeah, he drinks water in secrecy. Freako.
Look,
because
it was down to here whenever I picked you up.
All right. Anyways,
I always have a water on this podcast. Go check the tapes. Roll it back.
Doesn't mean you drink it.
I do drink it while we're sitting here. There is video footage.
All right. Well, I just worry. But
I'm literally fine.
It was good. And then what did we do? The next day we did our pool day, which was super fun. And wow, I was like stared at a lot by older men. And Lance and Tyler were like about to fight people because it was just weird. Old men are weird sometimes with stuff like that. It's like your wife's right next to you, like, and you're totally like just looking straight at my butt.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
Yeah.
And it makes me uncomfortable. And I feel like sometimes you don't notice, but Lance and I always clock it.
I don't notice.
Yeah.
I noticed a little bit with that one guy at the pool that was just like looking at me like I was a hamburger. I don't know. I was just very concerned. But the thing this is my only complaint about that pool day was that the freaking pool water was so cold, but it was so hot outside and there was like no happy medium. You know, like when the water's too cold and when you get in the water, you're freezing. And then when you're out of the water, you're too hot. So it was rough, but it was beautiful.
It was, I think it's weird to compare it to anything else because I think like the Positano pool was just as beautiful just because of the view, but like
the vibes.
But like also the Lake Como one was definitely the most beautiful like grounds of any place we stayed in. Like it was so manicured. So Savannah was like, this is what I want my backyard to look like.
Yeah,
like,
if I had millions and millions of dollars.
Yeah.
But we stayed at the Grand Hotel Tremezzo, which was definitely my splurge for the trip. It was the most expensive hotel we stayed at. But if you're looking for like something special, like a honeymoon or an anniversary trip, and like you're willing to, you know, open your wallets a little bit more, it's really a beautiful, beautiful place. I mean, it was worth every penny, and they have such pretty rooms. They had a hot tub in the suite that we stayed in, and I mean, it was just so nice to go out there and like relax and see the water at night. It was just beautiful, and the service there was really good.
The service there was top notch.
Yeah, the breakfast buffet was so good.
We changed our minds, like the wind changes directions, and they were on top of it. Like anything we needed, or like we were like, oh, we want to go to dinner, or we want to do this, or we want like something, they'd figure it out.
Yeah.
And like the last day we were there, it was like forecasted to rain heavily, and it did rain quite heavily for the beginning of the day at least, which was when we were supposed to go on like a self-guided boat tour. So Lance was going to drive the boat around the lake.
Which would have been so fun.
It would have been. But we also like at that point we had gone on 2 boat tours already. And so we like felt like we had seen the lake. It would have been fun to be out there by ourselves, but it was supposed to be like raining pretty heavy. So like last minute we changed to go see Milan for the day, since we didn't really have time to do that originally in our schedule. And I'm glad we did that. Yeah,
I'm glad we got to see Milan. We got to see like the famous mall that everybody goes to. And then we saw the outside of the Duomo. We got to walk around a little bit, a little shopping.
Yeah.
I got my UK Dyson, or not UK, my European Dyson, which was worth it. It was worth it for sure. I really, really needed that. My hair was not hairing. It was not going well for me. It was not good. And then we have a steamer story. So we brought my steamer from home, and my steamer would not work anywhere. And so then when we were in Milan, we're like, we'll just go buy a steamer. So we go to the store, we get a steamer. And by the way, our driver, I thought he was like a weirdo pedophile because he kept petting this little girl's head.
I forgot about this.
Remember that? He kept touching that girl.
Yeah.
He kept touching her hair and touching her back. And I was like, and the mom was like not paying attention. I was like, what the fuck? But I think he knew them because like there was like 8 other people in there that he like touched their shoulder and he was like, hey, hey, hey. So I think like he knew them. And then when we were driving back, he was like, that's my mom. Remember that?
Oh, yeah.
Who was like just sitting on the porch. He's like, that's my mom. And I'm like, you know everybody, my dude.
Yeah.
Like, you know everyone in this town. So, and I think he wasn't a creep. I think he just knew everyone. He must have known that little girl.
Yeah.
I don't know. But anyway, so we buy this steamer and we don't open it, whatever.
Wait, it's like an iron steamer mix. They don't have just pure steamers there, which is what we wanted. We did not want an iron. I hate ironing clothes more than anything in this entire earth.
Well, it just sucked because when we were in Lake Como at the hotel, we were like, okay, like my dress was really wrinkly, Lance's shirt was really wrinkly, Tyler's pants were really wrinkly, and we're going to a nice dinner. And they were like, yeah, we'll steam it for you. We're like, cool. And then they bring it back and they're like, we charged it to your room. And it was like $200 to steam 3 things.
It was so expensive.
It was so ridiculous. And we were like, we thought it'd maybe be complimentary. We should have asked if they were going to charge us. That was our fault. But we're like, yeah, we're not paying to, $50 a garment to like have it steamed. So we were like, we'll just buy something. So anyways, we leave Milan and then we go to Florence and we open up the box for the steamer.
Literally empty. Someone like shoplifted it or something, or stole. I don't know the timeline of what happened, but anyways, didn't have a steamer. So we just had to live the rest of the trip with no steamer. Thankfully, in Florence, they did do a complimentary.
And it was not an expensive hotel.
And it was not an expensive hotel by any means. Like it was so much like
we were like at a 3-star hotel.
4-star. But still, like it wasn't like it was nothing like the Lake Como one. And you did not pay nearly as much money, and they steamed our clothes complimentary, literally like 3 times as fast as
free.
For free. So that did come in clutch. I think it was like God giving us little morsels back because our steamer broke, and then the one we spent 30 minutes going to find through this mall ended up not being in the box.
It was a weird mall too in Milan. Like it was like a grocery store, mall. They had like a gas station type thing in there where you buy like cigarettes and like weird. It was just weird. And they had like a plant store, and then they had like high fashion in there. Like it was just honestly one of the weirdest establishments I think I've ever been to. It was just a lot happening. Like you can buy your groceries. You could also buy like a freaking silk dress for dinner.
I think it's like their form of a Target, but like it's all like independent shops.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like it's like you can get anything here, but it's not like one store.
It's not like one brand. Yeah.
It was weird. It was really strange.
Weird. But then we finished Lake Como. It was beautiful. I loved it. It was like such a picturesque place. And then we started to head towards Florence. And you guys, my anxiety heightened, okay? I'm telling you, these streets, we're in this Mercedes van, okay? And he's trying to go through these tiny streets. And I'm telling you, by the hair, we are this, like, I'm telling you, I thought we were going to hit another car. I thought, like, there's cars parked on both sides. He's trying to get through. I'm like, we are literally barely going past this person. Like, I couldn't even fit my finger in between. Like, it would have smushed my finger and broke my finger if I put my finger in between these two cars. And so I was like, he's going to hit someone.
And that wasn't even the worst part. Like, we thought that was bad, but then whenever we got to the street that was where our hotel was, that was when it was like...
But I think it was him, honestly. I mean, yes, the streets are hard, but like so many other vans were doing it. And this guy, like, obviously, like, clearly was not skilled driving the streets of Florence because he was about to, like, he was freaking out. Like, homeboy was sweating. Like,
no, he was literally cussing. He was like,
so
I
upset.
fucking hate Florence. I hate Florence. I hate Florence.
Yeah.
Like, I was like,
he was like, you
my
have to
God.
walk from here. And we're like, nar?
We
We're not
literally
gonna do
had
that.
8 suitcases.
Yeah.
Like, we cannot walk from there.
No, we could not have done it. He's like, I can't go any further. And then he called the hotel, and then the guy came out and like just kind of like walked and like helped him do it. Long story short, we ended up getting there, but it was like, honestly, you guys, like, comical how like he was trying to go every which way he could to like get around, and it was just not happening. Like, it was rough. But we got our hotel room. It was good. I mean, the thing about Florence, I didn't want to splurge on a hotel room there because there's no like view, you know, and there's no like balcony, so it doesn't really matter. And we were there for a short time, and we were so busy. And honestly, like, I would rather, you know, splurge on one hotel in a certain place and then kind of like rail it back in for another so that I can like be able to budget to get a nicer hotel for like a different place that I like really, that's where you want. Like, if you go to Lake Como, you want a nicer hotel. But in Florence, it really doesn't matter. Like, you could stay anywhere and like you would have fun because you're not in there. Yeah, you're literally sleeping there. But yeah, Florence was honestly surprisingly one of my favorite places. The food there was just so good. I was a little scared in Lake Como because the food was not good. It was a lot of fish and seafood, and I only eat chicken. And then it was just different for me. I think it was just it was the first place we went, and it was very seafood heavy. So I think if you love seafood, like, you would really thrive in Lake Como. But for someone like me, and too, in Lake Como, it's very luxurious. So it's not like you're getting simpler meals. Like in Florence, like, you can find like high level dining, and then you can also find street food. And in Lake Como, it's like pretty much all expensive food. And honestly, I never like expensive food. Like, even here in Texas, like when we go to like steakhouses or like bougie restaurants, like, just because of my palate and I only really eat chicken, like, it's really not that great. Like, I have better meals at like, you know, $2 sign restaurants always. Yeah. So I've always been that way. But I think it was hard because there wasn't really that range in Lake Como. Mm-hmm. Like, it was all like pretty much fine dining where we went. But Florence, best food ever. So good. I had a lot of truffle pasta. It was just amazing. And it's just such a beautiful city because there's so much architecture. And especially since I'm trying to build a more Italian style home, it was really cool just to like really admire the way the buildings are. Like, it gave like New York, but historic.
Yeah. No, yeah. I maybe wouldn't say New York, but yeah, definitely like...
Well, that's like the only big city I've been to.
Okay, that's true. But because the buildings aren't tall in Florence. They're like 4 stories.
I just mean like a lot of walking.
Yeah, a
like
lot
everything's
of walking.
Walkable. Like, you don't take a car. Like, we didn't take a car one time we were there.
No, we didn't.
We walked to dinner. We walked everywhere.
Well, that's the one thing I will say about this hotel. We stayed at Hotel Brunelleschi. We stayed in the Duomo suite, which was really cool. It had like it was like a painting view of the Duomo from your bedroom. But Hotel Brunelleschi, see, the thing about the nice hotels in Florence is they're kind of far out because they're like, you know, they're more resort, quote unquote, ish type. Like, they have bigger grounds and stuff like that. And you're not going to get that in the city center. So like, our hotel was literally in the direct middle of everything we wanted to do. Yeah. So it was so perfect. But yeah, we walked everywhere. But I mean, it was never that far of a walk. I think the furthest walk we had was like 14 minutes or like 13 minutes.
But it's fun to walk.
I'm glad you say that.
There. Texas, it's not fun to walk.
No, but you didn't like it in New York either.
Well, I was having anxiety in New York.
Yeah,
And it was
that's
freezing
true.
cold in New York. The weather was great in Florence.
That is true. Yeah.
But it was pretty. I really, really liked Florence, like, quite a bit. Like, I would go back. I mean, the perfume is just so good there. The food is so good there. The shopping is amazing. Like, I'm telling you guys, phenomenal. Oh, and let me say, before anyone asks, because I've had a lot of DMs asking who my travel agent was, it's us.
It was us.
I picked the places. Tyler made the reservations, but I was like, we're staying here, we're staying here, we're staying here. And then Tyler helped us get like private transfers, which honestly wasn't that hard. We just like, he called the hotels and was like, we need a car for this date. This is how much space we need. And it was honestly not as scary as I thought. And the reason I didn't want to do a travel agent is because I am that person that like, I like to do my own research. It's fun for me. Like, I feel like it's like something to put my mind to, like after work, and kind of take my mind off of something else. I like to make travel itineraries. Like, I feel like it's just very fun. And then I don't have FOMO because I like looked at all my options and I made a decision instead of having someone be like, oh, you could stay here, here, or here, you know? And then I'm like, well, I have that fear that I'm like missing something or there's something I don't know about. But that's just like a weird me thing. I like to be in control, especially if I'm paying for it. Like, I want to make the decisions. I don't want someone else to tell me. But it was so fun, guys. I really loved Florence. I think that was my favorite place, honestly, more than Positano, which is weird to say. I just felt like I just thrived in Florence. Like, I really do. I think it was just so convenient and easy there. Like, there weren't any like hills or steps. Like, the food was the best. And like, I really base off my experience off of food. Like, so the food there was just phenomenal.
The most like tourist heavy restaurant, sadly, was the best restaurant. Trattoria Zaza.
Mm-hmm.
Literally, like, you know, whenever it's that touristy and it's that popular, and like even if you have a reservation, you still have to wait in a 30-minute line. You're like, you hope it's good, but you don't expect it to be. But it was Savanna's pasta. I don't know what she got. It was like this like cheese truffle pasta. Do you remember what it was called? I don't remember what it was called. The pasta you got there.
It was just like they had like 3 pastas on the menu. Oh, at the Chata Dazada?
Yeah.
I don't know what I just said.
Stroke. This is what happens with the energy drinks.
I just think it was the truffle pasta.
It was so good. I was depressed because I got like a bolognese type sauce and I was depressed. Like, I took a bite out of hers and it was, what is it called? What does Guy Fieri say? Flavor Town?
Yeah.
It was literally Flavor Town on your thing. But yeah, the food was so good. What I will say is, do not go to street vendors there trying to buy a bottle of water. Because I got 2 bottles of water, like our first day there. Savannah was like, I'm dying of thirst.
I was like SpongeBob in that episode. I was like,
yeah, no, literally. So I was like, okay, fine. So I gave him like a 20 euro bill, and he like gave me 2 bottles of water.
Funny. He was so scary too. He looked like he would like take you in the back and like skin you alive if you like questioned him.
Yeah, and he literally gave me like 2 euros back, and I got 2 bottles of water and gave him 20 euros. And I was like, how much were these? And he was like, $4 or 4 euros or whatever. And I was like, I gave you a 20. And he was like pointing to the change, like giving me wide eyes, like, yeah. And I was like, okay, like, I'm not going to fight him.
you.
Like, he's literally 3 times my size. So,
Yeah, that's scary.
but yeah, don't trust the street vendors there.
Yeah.
They know you're American. They will scam you.
Yeah. It was so fun though. And the shopping there, if I like wasn't building a house, I would have gone ham.
Oh my
jam.
gosh.
Thank you, ma'am. Okay. Like a Bottega bag there. They had the cutest denim one. And I'm so sad, Tyler. It sold out everywhere. It was $1,200 in Florence. You guys, it's $3,200 in the US. Like, that's criminal offensive side eye. You could get 2 freaking bags for the price of one.
And you get money back.
And you get money back.
Here, they charge you more money on top of the $3,200.
Oh my God. I'm going to tell you all the blondest shit I've ever done.
Oh, we'll get there.
I think we should tell them now.
Okay.
So I'm honest. My biggest fault in life is I think which is a good thing, but I'm like a really bad liar. Like, everyone knows when I'm lying. Like, Tyler knows when I'm lying. Everyone knows if I lie. And I really don't lie, but I just like little stuff. Like, if Tyler's like, have you ate today? And I'm like, yes. He's like, you liar. You know, like little stuff like that.
Or like she'll try to pretend she's okay or something like that, and like something's bothering her, and it's like she can't hide that shit. Like, she wears that shit on her face.
All my emotions.
Yeah.
So it's like very obvious to know if I'm like not being truthful about how I feel.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, yeah, I'm great. He's like, are you?
Yeah.
But anyways, I guess they did. They say they told me. I have no recollection or memory of this. So that's what I'm going to go with, that I wasn't told. And then also my other argument to this is if I was told, you guys know me well enough that you should have reminded me before. I was on a fucking flight for 11 hours. I woke up delirious. I touched feces. I smelt feces. And like I had a traumatic morning and nobody reminded me. You told me something mid-trip.
17 times mid-trip.
Mid-trip.
17 times.
Not 17. Let's not lie.
Definitely 5. At least 5.
4.
Okay, fine.
4, 3.5, honestly.
No.
And did I look you in the eye? Did I say, okay, I understand. You know this about me. I have to tell you guys. Yes, I'm not blaming you. I'm not like, but like I am, but I'm not. But I just am like disappointed that you guys
Well, it's
didn't
also like
expect it of
common
me.
knowledge.
Is it?
Yes. Anybody you talk to and post this literally was like, Savanna.
He asked me a question and I thought he was just trying to make conversation. I thought he was trying to just like be nice. He seemed like a nice man.
So anyways, Savanna gets back. We get back. We've been on the flight for a million hours. We were
So delayed.
Still recovering from almost missing our flight home. We were about to be stranded in Paris because our flight connection was only an hour and 50 minutes. And then we're like, oh, we have time. It's like in the same terminal.
Like, we'll get food. We'll have time to eat lunch.
The line, there was a passport check within the airport, and the line was literally like 2 hours long.
6 Flags long.
No, it was insanity. And we were like, okay, the line says it's like basically 2 hours long, and we have an hour and 50 minute connection.
And we were delayed, remember, from our first flight. So we had lost time than we originally thought we had. And I asked one of the guys, I was like, our flight's here. Is there any way we can go faster? He's like, no, you have to be in this line. I was like, we're going to miss our flight. He's like, happens every day. Happens all the time.
Yeah, that is what he said. We were like, oh,
cool. That's really reassuring.
But then everyone else around us was in the exact same situation. So we were like, oh, well, shit, okay.
Yeah.
But we ended up like making friends with this family who was going to Dallas as well on our flight. And somehow they were behind us at the beginning of this line. And somehow they disappeared and got to the plane before us. But she was like, they got there like a little bit before us. And as we got there, she was like yelling at them that they needed to keep the door open. She's like, there's 3 more people. I was like, that lady is my savior. Like she's sitting there advocating to keep the doors open for us.
But honestly,
and then she was like, there they are. As we like walked out.
But honestly, the most annoying part though, Ty, was like after we got on the plane, we sat there for another 45 fucking minutes because more people were coming on the plane.
Yeah, they held
so
the
I was like,
plane.
we could have ate.
Yeah, we were so hungry. And
but we could have like, it was like once we got on the plane, like we're glad we were there. Like we would have had more anxiety because like they're going to shut the gate.
It's not like we were going to go to freaking McDonald's like as our flight time was 10 minutes ago. And
but we could have.
We could have, but like it would have never happened.
They waited for every single bitch to get on that plane.
Yeah.
And I was like, literally, I'm not even exaggerating when I tell you, like once we got on the plane, we were there for another 45 minutes waiting for more people to trickle in.
Yeah. And like the thing is like, you know, yes, we flew business class and like the food is better on the plane in business class, but like it's still airplane food. Like, let's be honest. Like you want to eat before you get on a flight. Yeah. You want to eat before you get on a flight that long. So we were like, we're literally going to be so hungry, and the food was not good on the way home. And I still like forced myself to eat it. And I was just so sad that we weren't able to like, cause I would have stuffed my face before that flight and like held on, but
no, for sure.
So we got back.
Yes, tell the story. Long intermission.
So we get there and Savanna and Lance we go in 2 separate lines. That way we can like, you know, go through the customs check in Dallas Fort Worth together. And so they get to they go in their line first. Like they get up to the agent before I do. So I'm still waiting. I see them go up. I go, you know, have a normal, where are you coming from? Paris or originally Italy. Oh, did you bring anything back? Nope, just my clothes and my shoes that I brought there. Okay, have a good day. I'm through. I'm like, Savanna and Lance are still talking, but I'm like, okay, maybe it's because there's like 2 of them, you know? So I sit there
He
waiting.
targeted me. He looked me in the eye and said, "Are you bringing anything back with you?" And I was like, "Yeah, I got a purse. I got some jewelry. I got some perfume. I got some glass vases." And Lance was like, "Shut the fuck up, shut the fuck up, shut the fuck up, shut the fuck up." And I'm like, "What, babe?" And he's like, "She didn't bring anything." And he's like writing on this like thing, and he puts our passports in this lock, and he's like, "May have $10,000 or more of things she's bringing back." And Lance was like, "Why'd you say that, you fucking idiot? Like,
No,
you're so
because I
stupid.
got
Like,
on the
why did
other
you say
side of
that?
them.
Why did you say that?" And he's like, so mad at me. And he was like, "She was just kidding." And I was like, so confused. I was like, why can't I tell this man the truth? Like, he asked me a question. Like, I thought we were just hanging out. Like, I just, honestly, guys, I was really delirious. And honestly, yeah, blonde, dumb bitch move. Okay. At this point, yes, I agree. And Lance was like, now all the money we were going to get back from taxes, we're going to pay a fuck ton because of what you said. And they have our passports locked and we can't fucking leave until we pay it. And I was like, okay, I'm just going to play like the dumbest bitch blonde ever. And I did. And I actually did such a good job. So this is what happened. So we have to go to this like different area, and I'm like, "I am so sorry. Like, this is my first time ever going to Italy. Like, I usually just go to Mexico." And he asked me if I was bringing anything back, and I was like, thought he was asking just like the stuff that I already had. So like my purses that I brought and like all of those things. And like I was just so confused. And like he didn't say, "Did you buy anything there?" He just said like, "Are you bringing anything back?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I'm bringing my jewelry and my bags." Like,
no, honestly, they do phrase it weird. Like, they don't ask you, "Did you purchase anything over
while
there?"
you're gone. Yeah, they said, "Are you bringing anything back?" And I was like, so I
Yeah.
was like very confused. I was like, so he was very unclear. And I was like, "I'm so sorry, like to waste your time, blah, 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 blah." And thankfully the bag, so okay, when we checked all of our bags, they like assigned them to different people.
Yeah.
So like one of my bags had Tyler's name on it. And that was a bag that had like all the shit we purchased in Italy.
Yeah.
So like thankfully he got to take that. So I was like, "You skirt out of the airport with
so
that."
I waited outside the airport
With,
while
like,
they went to the
everything that we bought on that trip is in that bag. And
So
it said Tyler's name on it. So thank God. And so just the stuff that I brought on the trip, like my purses already bought like in America, whatever, were already in there. So anyways, and then I have to fill out this form and it's all for me. The guy's asking me all the questions. Like, "Did you like touch any livestock or like bring any livestock?" And I was like, "I touched a cat. Like I pet so many cats when I was there." And he's like, "No, that's not livestock." And I was like, okay. And then like just playing like so dumb. I was just playing so dumb. And they ended up letting us go. We didn't have to pay anything. It was fine. But I really had to act like the dumb bitch blonde role. And I was like, I am just so confused. I had no idea. He thought I was the dumbest person when I asked him if a cat was livestock.
Hey, you got to do what you got to do.
I was just like trying to be this dumb bitch. But anyways, Lance was like really fucking mad at me. But again, you guys didn't warn me before we went up. And honestly, he tricked me. He was a little snake.
Yeah. No. You still should have known better. But it was your first time.
I was scared. It's authority. Like, how do you lie and be like, "No"?
You literally just say
Isn't that
no.
illegal? Did you fart?
No.
You swear on your life?
I think you farted.
I didn't fart.
I don't even smell anything right now, so it's coming from that side of the room.
It's not me, bitch. Are you sure?
I don't smell anything.
Okay. It smells like a turd. It's okay though.
The door is cracked open. Maybe it's coming from out there. It would hit you
Maybe.
first.
It would hit me first. It smells poopy. Anyways, it was pretty traumatic because everyone was like, I don't think Lance has been that mad at me in like a really long time.
Yeah, no, because I like I
And
said,
they're like, "We told you so many times." And I'm like, "You didn't tell me." I'm just happy about my purchase at that point. Like, I'm not listening. Like, after I buy something, like, all I can think about is what I'm going to style my new item with. You guys can't tell me important information at that time. Not listening.
Yeah.
You should know this about me. I'm your best friend of 5 years.
So let's think of some other notable stories.
Okay. We haven't even hit Positano yet.
We missed everything in Florence. The girl flipping you off.
Okay, I'll let you take some stories. I'm going to drink my energy drink.
Okay, that's what you need right now.
Mm-hmm.
So some stuff we did in Florence. Well, one thing that got Savannah's little...
I was heated.
Well, yeah. Well, I wasn't going to talk about that yet, but I think Savannah's favorite part, because we went back like 3 times. If you guys know anything about Savannah, is she loves gold. Gold is her color.
And perfume.
Oh my God. Yes. So Florence If you don't
I
know,
think it was my favorite part because it was all about me.
yeah, if you don't know, it's very famous for its gold. It has a whole like quote unquote district in the city with just a bunch of family owned gold shops, and it's like so much more affordable and honestly like more, like I don't know, it's
Like this necklace that I got,
Yeah.
if y'all are watching the YouTube video, it's so beautiful. It was like $400. It would be $1,000 in the US. Like,
yeah.
it's insane. My earrings were like, I think 150. They would definitely be 500. Like they're 100%. It's 14 karat gold, right?
18 karat.
18 karat gold.
Yeah.
I mean, it would be so much more expensive in the States. Like I could have spent forever there. I was so happy there.
We
And then the
went
more you
back-
buy, they give you deals. And you don't want to go to the ones that like look very expensive. Like I went to like the ones that looked like more like mom and pops.
Yeah.
And they gave me such better deals because like they really honestly are all the same.
Because
All
there
the
are
shops.
there are some that look like a Cartier store from the
Yeah.
outside, like very nice lighting and like super nice displays, and it's like they're gonna charge more, and it's like the same quality at the ones who are smaller.
So I went to all the smaller ones.
Mm-hmm.
Lance got a chain.
Lance got a chain. I got a ring. I got my mom some earrings.
I got the girls gold earrings
Yeah, you did.
for work. And yeah, I got some jewelry. I was happy. I was so happy. I want to go back just for that. I freaking love jewelry. And then the perfume there is just so amazing.
Yeah, we also went back to this what is the perfume store called?
Santa Maria Novella. And then the other one is the Spireze di Perfumo.
Okay, but it's the Santa Maria one. No.
Novella is really famous.
Okay, but the one
But
you
I
liked
like
more.
the other one more,
Yeah.
but it's cheaper.
It was
and it
literally
smelled better.
$40 for a large
Perfume.
perfume. And so we went there, I think, a total of 6 times. Lance and I were so done. And this lady who worked there was on like her and Savanna basically were having dinner together. Like because Savanna would spend 2 hours there every day. We were there twice a day.
That's dramatic.
It's kind of not. If Lance was here, he would back that up. We were there
Not
so
2
much.
hours twice a day. I only went in there 3 times. No, twice. Don't lie.
It was at least 3 times.
No, we went in there 1 time and I bought perfumes for the girls and I bought perfumes for me and you bought a perfume and then we went home. I said, I want to go back the next day after our walking tour. Don't fucking lie.
Maybe it's because we went to the other one 2 times as well.
Yeah, we can say we went to a perfume store 4 times, but that one specifically,
Okay.
I went back in. I was in there for 3 seconds because Lance was outside and went and I bought a travel size of the
Okay.
Vangela
Well,
del Madagascar, you lying little
I'm
rat.
thinking of like perfume stores in general. Like
Okay.
we were there, we were in perfume stores for probably a total of 4 or 5 hours.
No.
Yeah, because when we went in the other one, we went there twice and you spent a lot. Remember, I was just sitting. There was one time where you were worrying about something else. We went into the store and we just loitered because you had something on your phone. So we literally sat there for 30 minutes before you smelled a single thing.
Okay, I will give you that, but I would think total amount of time I'm going with 3 hours, and that's generous.
Okay, fine. But so yeah, perfume and gold and fashion, it was literally Savannah's like heaven.
Yeah,
And it was Lance's
and
hell.
food. Yeah, Lance was not having it, but we did do a walking tour, which that made me want to blow my brains out. I'm not gonna lie. I do appreciate art. I love museums. I think it's really important and historical. It was the tour guide. It wasn't the tour. It was the tour guide. Okay, because this woman was like some sort of historian. I appreciate her knowledge. Like she was super sweet. Like she was very, very knowledgeable, but like she was too knowledgeable. Like, girlie, I don't need 45 minutes on one painting. Like, tell me like the highlight keynotes and let's move forward, because we didn't get to see the whole museum because she would literally just stop and talk for 45 minutes about one painting. And I was like, this is like next level, like art appreciation class stuff. Like I am just like a random ass woman. Like I just want to know like a little bit about it, like maybe like a 10-minute little thing and like appreciate it, look at it, move to the next thing. So I think that was my difficulty with it, is like I have a very short attention span when it comes to stuff like that. And like I can't 45 minutes. I can't.
No,
45
Savannah
minutes on
was-
one painting is insane. I'm sorry. Like I appreciate, and again, I don't want to sound like a brat and unappreciative, because honestly, like if I was into that, like I would have wanted her out of anyone, because she like truly was so passionate and so immersed, and just she was so smart. She knew everything, and like that's impressive to be able to talk for. She probably could have talked for 5 hours about one painting if she wanted to, but I don't think she understood that I have the comprehension of a kindergartner when it comes to museums, and she went way over my head with a lot of stuff, and like it just like I couldn't keep up.
Yeah, so Savannah was...
But you guys have to be honest too. Y'all were a little bit over it.
I wasn't.
Ever. You can't sit here and say that you didn't think that she went a little long-winded with some stuff.
No, I really wasn't annoyed with it until I got hungry.
Yeah.
And then I was like, okay, let's wrap this up. Because we were going to like the famous, had plans to go to the famous sandwich shop after Al Antico Vinayo. And so my stomach started grumbling, and then I was thinking about the sandwich. Yeah, and like after standing for that long, my back was hurting. I was like, okay, I'm ready to go.
My low back was killing me.
I was really interested in it. Like I was having a really good time, and Lance was too. But at some point, because it started at like 9 a.m. or something, and like we didn't finish until like 2 p.m. So I would say like maybe around the 12:45, 1 o'clock
Mine was
mark.
9:15. I was ready to go.
Yeah, you were. But so I would say like around like 12:45, 1 o'clock, I was like, okay, let's wrap this up.
If I was in like a motorized like wheelchair,
you would have had
a better time.
Yeah.
I don't know. It was, I'm not going to lie. I'm sorry.
Yeah, Savannah hates walking tours. That's what we learned on this trip.
Like if I did it self-paced, it would have been better.
Yeah, that's what Savannah was saying. She was like, I could have seen these 2 museums that we're doing right now and 2 more in the city in half the time that we just spent doing this. Like I could have seen 4 museums.
Yeah.
And we saw like half of each museum.
You didn't even see the full thing.
Yeah.
It was just like what she was more passionate about, what she decided. So it's just a
no,
lot.
I think she showed us what the more famous ones were. But
I don't know. It was
fair,
it was a lot. 45 minutes for one piece of art is just insane to me. But go off, sis. Like, you do you.
So last story for Florence is our last dinner in Florence. It's La Giostra. Mm-hmm. And it's like this
very romantic, a lot of lights.
Yeah, a lot of like lights hung on the ceiling, and like candle and stuff, like dim lighting, blah 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 blah.
Wait, I have to tell them the olive oil story. That was so funny. I don't know if anyone else would think it's funny.
Okay, where was that?
That was that restaurant.
Okay.
So like I was already like, I don't know why I was annoyed with Lance. I mean, who knows why they're annoyed at their husband half the time. Something pissed me off. I can't remember.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, but I was a little annoyed with him. And he was like, oh, baby, you want some olive oil? And I was like, yeah. And
of course I want olive oil.
I was like, duh, bitch. Do you even know me? No. And he like is pouring the olive oil, and then the cap falls off into my olive oil, and I'm like, dude, I can't eat that. So we move it away, and then I'm like, I'll just do it myself.
Yeah, she was like kind of annoyed because like she was just excited to dip her bread in it, and she was already kind of annoyed, and then
I was so hungry.
The little cork fell into the olive oil, and she was like, my jaw is open right now if you're not watching the YouTube video, but you were just staring at like, you're like, I'll just do it myself. Give me your plate. And
yeah, I took his little appetizer plate, and then I did it, and bitch, the same thing happened. It fell into my plate, and I was like, that's karma for me, honestly. And Tyler was just laughing. I was like, shut up.
No, I was laughing my ass off because she got like annoyed whenever Lance did that, and then it happened to her, and I was like, how does it feel to put those shoes on?
I know.
They fit the same.
But then I looked cute that night. I was wearing a really cute corset dress, and I really wanted a cute picture with Lance, and we were not using flash. We took flash maybe one time.
No, it wasn't even with Lance. It was when you were by yourself. Because Lance went to go to the bathroom, so you wanted to take some pictures.
But we were taking pictures together, and that's when she first I think the lady behind us got annoyed because she was like doing this in the background of all of Lance and I's photos.
That was after.
No, it was him and I first. I promise.
Okay.
I'll show you. I promise.
Fair enough.
I remember.
You probably do remember better than me. So anyway, regardless, now she's going to prove herself right.
Yeah, because
here we go.
That's how I am.
That's how I am.
Okay, let's see here. No. You have to look. Wow, the first photos that I have on my phone at that restaurant is of me and Lance.
Yeah, but these weren't with flash, so I don't think she knew. Oh,
no, she did.
These weren't with flash.
Look, she was hurting. She was covering her face, even with those.
Okay, well, those are with flash. So yeah, this girl was like covering her face, blah 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 blah, and I was like, girl, like chill out. And then Lance goes to go to the bathroom, and Savannah was like, I love it. Like, this was her favorite dress that she had for the entire trip. So she was like, I just want to get some pictures of me, just memorialize the dress. Maybe she'll post it, whatever. We love to have options.
And I had no flash on with this.
Yeah. So we were just like taking pictures. And honestly, we were sitting against a wall. And because it was just Savannah taking the pictures, like I could angle it to where no one in the background was in it. Like it was just Savannah in these pictures. And so I'm taking it, and I see this girl out of the corner of my eye, and I hope you guys are watching the YouTube channel, because she was sitting there like scratching her eye and like stuff, like, you know what I mean? Like just trying to be sly, but like flipping off the camera. And I was like, okay, like chill out. And like the thing is I can see it, but the camera can't. Like I don't want this random bitch. Sorry. I don't want
She is a random bitch.
Yeah, I don't want this random girl in the background of Savanna's photo. Like,
girly, we don't want your face.
no, we don't.
Trust us.
And so like I'm just like looking at it, and then I like turn the camera where Savanna's like not even in the picture anymore, just to take a picture of it so Savanna can see it.
And I just want to clarify, she was not Italian. She wasn't like, these American tourists or anything. Like,
No,
she was American.
Yeah. And like, I don't know why.
Like, girl, you're a tourist too.
And it's like, please, I want to go through your phone right now and tell me you haven't taken a single picture on this fucking vacation. Like, let's be so real. Like, you're going to be mad that someone's taking a picture at dinner with their husband.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like, it's
like, she was already doing that in the very beginning of the photo. She was doing like this.
Yeah. And
like that. And I get it if you don't want to be in it. Like, you know, I get that. Because I'm sure, like, I always have this thought of, like, before I die, like, I imagine just, like, this photo album of, like, all the pictures that, like, people or videos have taken of me that I was, like, in the background of, you know? You know? Because, like, I'm sure I'm in the background of some girl's Instagram photo somewhere on the internet.
Sure. Absolutely.
Like, it's kind of inevitable.
Yeah.
You know? But it's not like anyone's trying to purposely get you in the photo. Yeah. You know? Like, you're just background at that point. And, like, honestly, no one even looks at the people in the background unless you're doing something weird, like staring at the camera, like judging someone. Like, then people see it.
Or flipping off the camera.
Yeah. But she was mean, and I wanted to say something, but I didn't.
Yeah. I was like, Savanna, no, it's not worth your time.
I know. I really wanted to be like, do you have a problem?
Yeah. It was just, like, really classless behavior.
Yeah.
Like, it's like, grow up. Like...
And I could also understand it if we were taking like flash over and over and over and over again, but like we had 2 photos with flash and it was of me and Lance. And like the one she was flipping me off, it was literally me with no flash.
Yep. And it was funny because we told the story on the stories, and Savanna had posted pictures on her story, or no, on your Instagram. And so we had told the story on her Instagram story, and then I didn't even realize, but in one of them, like you can see in the very corner her like middle finger or something, right? Isn't it?
So she was doing it the whole time. But anyway, she was just a bitter woman.
Yeah. So
God bless her.
That is our 2 notable stories.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, and then your bag from hell.
And the other thing that happened in the Bottega store.
Yeah. So
funny. My Chanel bag has gone through it. I don't know if y'all know the story about New York, but I got this white, beautiful Chanel purse for my wedding. And it was like my wedding bag. I wore it to like my bachelorette weekend, reception dinner, wedding. Like it's just like was super, super special to me. And white leather bags are the hardest thing to keep clean, like the hardest. And so I don't know how it got black, but somehow it got black on it in New York, and we had to get it fixed. And like it was never like 100% better, but like you wouldn't know unless you're like really looking at it. It was just awful. But I brought it to Italy, and I was wearing a black linen skirt, and I didn't think linen would rub onto it, but I think it was just the dye, because it wasn't like high class linen. It was like whatever got on it again. And so in
Savannah,
New York, I had to pay, I think it was like $200 to get it fixed. And it was like a decent job. And it took like a month to get back, if not more. But we found like a local leather guy, literally like 2 doors down from the hotel. And Lance brought it to him, and he fixed it literally less than 24 hours for $20. It's insane.
Yeah.
So don't buy a white bag.
No.
Ever.
I mean, you just need to be careful.
It just sucks.
It does.
I would never purchase a white leather bag again.
You can if you're wearing really light colors.
Yeah, but like even like jeans rub off. I mean, even like other colors can rub off on it. Like even if you're wearing green or pink or purple, like you have to literally just wear white.
Yeah, it's such a cute bag though.
Yeah, I would never. Don't spend your money on it because you're gonna be heartbroken.
I mean, they tell you that when you buy it.
Yeah, but then you don't think about it when you're trying to put it with an outfit, you know?
Yeah. I feel that, but...
And, like, why buy something that's so expensive that can get ruined so easily? Like, it's just stupid. Like, I would invest... If you're gonna buy a bag, I would invest in black for sure, because it goes with everything, or go with, like, a tan color.
But my thing is that you're not... Like, yes, it sucks that the bag gets some of the black, but it's not horrible, and also, like, that's not the side people really see.
Yeah, but I mean, it's just like for people that aren't made of $1 million. Like if you had to pick a bag.
Oh, no, for sure.
That's what I'm trying to say is like if you're somebody that's trying to splurge on a bag for the first time, like I would just recommend to not.
Get white.
Because if you're putting all your money towards something, you know, that's
You
pricey,
want it to be pristine.
and you want it to last, and you want it to be something that like is easier to take care of. Like if you have disposable income, like sure, go get a white bag, ruin it, get another one. But what I'm saying for someone like me, who like does not want to spend billions of dollars on freaking white bags, I would never get another white bag again, ever.
Yeah. And there are some that would stain it better. Like your Bottega white bag, you wear it with anything and it's never had a problem. I think it's just like...
Chanel's very sensitive.
Yeah. So get the black bag. The black bag is cute anyway, so...
Well, Chanel in general is just like so ridiculous with their prices. I would not recommend to get one. But Bottega's cute and it's way more affordable. And if you go to Italy, it's even better price.
It's a good deal.
But yeah, I'm just like over Chanel right now. It's just very expensive and their stuff, just don't get a white bag.
Yeah.
But I did go to Bottega. And it was right before dinner. I just wanted to go look and see like what they had. I didn't end up getting anything, but I wanted to like see what they had there. And I wore my white Bottega actually, and I put it up on the counter. And she was like showing me some bags. She was showing me the denim bag that they had, and I was like, "This is so cute." I really wanted to get it, but like we're budgeting right now, so I didn't get it. But I regret it now because it's sold out everywhere, and it's double the price here in the U.S. and you can't even get it now. But it was really funny. I guess my bag was so pristine and clean. She thought it was like the stores. And so like while I was talking to one of the sales associates, the other lady came and like grabbed my bag off the counter and like put it up. And I was like, wait, that's my purse. And she was like, I am so sorry. Like, I am so embarrassed. Like, this is so terrible. Like, I'm so sorry.
She was so embarrassed and like mortified. But Savannah and I, like, it's not like we're going to be like, oh my gosh, you touched her bag and put it in the drawer. Like, I don't know.
I was like, I'm so flattered that you think it's that clean that you thought it was like sellable.
Yeah. So like, it was
funny.
But let's get on to Positano.
Okay, I'll let you take it away.
Touched on it. So that was our longest car ride. We stopped at a gas station, and honestly, gas station food.
Well, you have to tell them your Prada
slapped.
story about them putting your crusty ass shoes away. That's one of my favorite stories because your shoes were actually disgusting.
Sorry, guys. Our fault is we put a notes app in, and we didn't. We just mentioned stories as they came off the top of our head. And so this list is not in order at all. So it's getting a little convoluted here. But so I
think you know what we should do? Italy part 2.
Okay.
Italy part 2.
Yeah.
Keep you guys like waiting for next week.
Okay.
So we're already at an hour.
Oh, yeah, we are. Can't give you guys too much.
Not too much. Got to give you some for next week.
Yeah.
Okay, guys, we're going to cut it here and we will see you next week for more Italy stories.
Love you guys.
Love you. Bye.